G'day guys, this is a time-sensitive video today covering 3 opportunities that all Hexicans must be aware of. So the first opportunities all Hexicans must be aware of is Maximus DAO, so also known as Maximus or Maxi. It's basically an opportunity for Hex holders to stake like a whale, trade, and also to save on gas. So what you need to know is that there's a 14-day minting period with Maxi, of which 2 days remain, whereby 100% of Maxi token supply will be created, where anyone can choose to mint 1 Maxi per Hex pledged to the Maximus contract. Once the minting phase ends, the smart contract will execute a 5,555-day stake, with all the Hex used to mint Maxi by everyone all together as one epic whale stake. Once the stake ends, users may redeem their portion of the Hex stake principal, yield, and Hedron earned. The Hedron will be at a 4x multiple, and I'll talk about Hedron a little bit later for those wondering what it is. Because of the longer pays better and bigger pays better bonuses with Hex, by minting Maxi, you maximize the amount of Hex yield you receive. Adding extra appeal is how inexpensive it will be to redeem your Hex and Hedron compared to when Hex is staked for 5,555 days. Those looking to buy Maxi should note, your Maxi once Pulse chain launches will be on 2 chains, so you'll not only hold Maxi on Ethereum, but also on Pulse chain. The disadvantage with Maxi relative to a normal Hex stake is your Hedron can only be claimed at the end of the stake, whereas with Hex stakes, you can claim your Hedron at any time. The further disadvantage to minting Maxi is any airdrops such as PulseDogeCoin will only be available to stakers of Hex, but not on your Maxi. So if you believe Hex stakers will get a number of valuable airdrops, you might choose not to mint Maxi and favour the usual Hex staking route. Or you might decide, as well as setting up a Maxi stake, to set up Hex stakes as well, so as not to miss out on these airdrop opportunities as they arise. So that's the relative risk-reward equation, and it's really up to you at home to determine whether you personally in your own personal situation will get more value out of whether it's either Maxi or out of Hex. For those who miss the Maximus minting period and like the value proposition Maxi represents or want an even larger position in Maxi, there will be opportunities to buy Maximus on the market given it can be traded. If looking to buy and stake Hex in the future, it might be worth comparing the prices of Hex and Maxi, as there might be times in the future where the price of Maxi drops below the Hex price and offers better value. For those of you who decide that Maxi is for you, well, you can visit their website, Maximus.cash. You can find not only all the information there relating to Maxi, but you can also do the minting process there. And they've also got a Twitter. So Maximus DAO is their Twitter. So you can also find their website through there. I've mentioned Hedron a few times already, and this is the second of the time-sensitive opportunities that all Hexicans must be aware of. So what is Hedron and why is it worth a mention? Well, Hedron allows you to take advantage of your Hex stakes maturity. You can trade it, borrow against it, and get free liquidity. Any Hedron you mint or claim prior to the launch of Pulse Chain, you will also receive a free copy of on Pulse Chain, and at this stage, Hedron is at a 4x bonus. The primary value proposition I see with Hedron is it gives stakers the opportunity to stake for 5,555 days and get the longer pays better bonus without being locked into the stake and having the flexibility to sell at any time. It's a case of why settle for subpar staking rewards when you can earn dramatically higher APYs while simultaneously having greater flexibility within your stake to trade if you so choose. To trade staked Hex via Hedron, your Hex gets turned into an ERC721 NFT token. Then the buyer will be able to detokenize it via the Hedron user interface. The caution I would suggest with Hedron relates to the borrowing factor. There may be some with the risk tolerance where they may feel comfortable taking this chance, but I can't say with the volatility of crypto and uncertainty around future prices that I can endorse any particular strategy going this route, with my personal view being that it's an unnecessary risk to take. The opportunity I'm seeing with Hedron around the borrowing side of things relates to the liquidation factor from those who take the risk of borrowing. When Hedron advances go into default, they can be sent to auction and the highest bidder will be able to claim the Hex stake for themselves. At these auctions, there may be opportunities to buy a Hex under market value, so that's another opportunity for Hexicans to watch out for. The costs with Hedron are you pay a gas fee to mint, and then you pay another gas fee to claim, and another gas fee if you choose to sell. Whale stakes will get a lot of Hedron, though those with short or small hex stakes may find the Hedron they claim may not be worth the gas fee, so it's worth crunching the numbers to determine with hex stakes whether claiming Hedron is worth it, and if so, on which stakes. Thinking about what will happen to Hedron's price in the future, and if in your personal circumstances, whether the benefit you gain from holding or using Hedron is worth the gas fee. The important note for hex stakers is to claim your Hedron before ending your hex stake to secure your Hedron. If you end your hex stake before claiming your Hedron, you won't be getting any Hedron for that hex stake. So for those of you looking to mint your Hedron, well, you can visit hedron.pro to do that, and there's plenty of information on the website if you want to know a little bit more beyond just my brief explanation here today. And if you want to follow them on Twitter, they've got Hedron Crypto is their Twitter. So if you look that up, you should find them, and it'll have a link to hedron.pro on there. So the third and final time-sensitive opportunity that I'm going to share with you today is PulseDogeCoin. And I can't believe I'm actually mentioning a meme coin on my channel. But yeah, look, with PulseDogeCoin, and it's not to be confused with PulseDoge, basically it's a free airdrop available to all hex stakers. PulseDogeCoin, or PLSD, at the time of filming has a value of $2.30. On the PulseDogeCoin website, you can visit About to help determine, based on how many T-shares you have, how much PLSD you'll be airdropped. So you've currently got 92 days left to claim, and if you're thinking about it, be aware if you claim before the launch of Pulse Chain, you get PulseDogeCoin on 2 chains. What will happen with price performance over time is an unknown, but with a maximum supply of 12 million, there'll be a level of scarcity not common among meme coins. The costs to be aware of with a free claim are the gas fees involved with a claim, and if you plan to trade PulseDogeCoin, there'll be of course trading fees for doing that, so you want to include that into your calculations. For those hex stakers wanting their PulseDogeCoin, you can claim the airdrop on PulseDogeCoin.app, and on the website it goes through based on how much hex you currently have staked, what your reward will be, so how much PulseDogeCoin you'll receive in the airdrop. And if you want to follow them on Twitter, their Twitter handle is @hex.info, and their username is PulseDogeCoin, all as one word. So, and you can also get onto the website through there. So, worth checking that out as well if you're interested. So, one note that I thought I'd end on is what I believe the impact of these projects will be on Hex. So, with Maximus DAO, there should be a reduction in sell pressure of Hex, as all that Hex that goes into the Maxi contract cannot be converted back into Hex and then sold until after 5,555 days. Whereas those who hold Hex may either decide to keep their Hex liquid or stake for a shorter period of time, which means there would be a higher probability in that scenario that they may choose at some point to take a profit and sell their stack. Those Hexicans with a trader's mentality, at least in theory, I feel like over time will be drawn more to Maxi than Hex, given those whale staking rewards boosting your Maxi for the time it's held, and that will mean greater price stability over time within Hex, and should contribute to a greater proportion of Hex being staked, and the length of stake duration increasing, or so I hypothesize. So with Hedron, given it allows people to stake for 5,555 days and have the flexibility to trade out of their positions, should, as with Maxi, lead to more long-term stakers locking in their funds for 5,555 days, and as a result lead to that reduced sell pressure. Traders likely as with Maxi should also, at least in theory, be drawn to Hedron and look for opportunities to secure Hex that goes to auction or those ERC 721 NFT tokens when there are opportunities to buy below market value. Ultimately with these projects, I feel like stake lengths increase and sell pressure is reduced. So both projects should, or so I hypothesize, work out to be positive overall to the performance of Hex over time, and to a small degree reduce price volatility. I also expect in the future that there'll be similar opportunities to Maxi that arise. So there'll be lots of other pooled stakes, I'm assuming, just because of course, particularly on Ethereum, how prohibitively expensive gas fees are. So, but of course, any other opportunities like it will presumably take place after the Pulse chain fork. So yeah, look, given that you'd only be really getting it on one chain rather than the two that you get with the Maxi opportunities. So that's something certainly to be cognizant of. And then, of course, you've got PulseDogeCoin. So will that have any bearing on Hex's future price? Look, I don't think the two assets will be at all correlated. So with Hexicans, stylistically as investors, we're typically people that choose to delay gratification and stake long for greater rewards. So whereas meme coin investors, on the other hand, at least tend to be flippers that will be really sort of looking to make profit and really FOMO into projects. So yeah, you've just got really such different sort of target markets that look, it'll really just, I guess, create an opportunity for people that want to buy into another meme coin and one with a more limited supply than some other meme coins to potentially do so. But yeah, look, I don't honestly see too many Hexicans really going nuts and really sort of prioritizing buying up PulseDogeCoin. I think most will be really buying, whether it's Hex, whether it's PulseChain, whether it's PulseX. I think they'll really be the primary opportunities that Hexicans will be really, I guess, investing in and investing in fairly consistently over the coming years, I'd imagine. Thanks for making it to the end, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future updates. And for those Hexicans out there, or those that are fans of Richard Hart and his projects, well, this certainly won't be the last time that I'll be mentioning Hex, Richard Hart, PulseChain, PulseX. So if you're a fan of any of those projects, make sure you get behind me. But I will also be mentioning other crypto projects, other stock opportunities potentially, property buying opportunities, particularly in the Australian market. But it feels like with crypto, there is a bit more interest than in those other areas of investing. So most likely I'll be going quite heavy into producing crypto content into the future. So if you've got any particular crypto requests or any type of investing requests for that matter, let me know in the comments section below. I'm always interested to hear what people would like to learn a bit more about or get another opinion on at least. But yeah, anyway, guys, see you in the next video.